Dun 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 dun. She's here. My 98 Z3 is here. So if you guys haven't seen the last video where I actually got this car, link is in the description, but that was over a month and a half ago when I filmed that video. That video was filmed on August 26th, 2022. Today is October 15th, 2022. And quite a lot has happened with this car, more or less breaking, if I'm being honest with you. So when I got this car, I knew that some things were broken on it, but I thought they were very minor things. One of them is the power locks, which I've now fixed on this car, and they work perfectly fine. But as I've driven the car more and more, it has shown that there's been at least one major fault. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. But first, let's take a look at all of the minor things. And to quickly show my power locks do work now, I'm putting it into the trunk, and both of the doors just opened up, as shown right there. So the first issue with the car is the driver's seat motor. And the issue with this, originally, it just was that the seat motor wouldn't work. But now, I've gotten it to work, kind of. Just take a listen. If you guys don't see what I'm talking about, essentially it takes a second for the motor to actually move the seat. And what I've noticed now is that it has some rocking to it. But this is quite a common problem on Z3s. I definitely need to get it looked at, but this is kind of lower on the list of things I need to fix. Since right now, around my height, I just keep the seat all the way back where it doesn't rock. So the next issue of the car comes on the inside with a little button right there on the center console. Now you might be wondering, which button is it? Is it the heated seat buttons? Is it the ASC buttons? Is it one of these? Is it one of these? Is it one of the... No, it is actually the convertible top button. So, you might be wondering, oh, what's that about? Essentially, this car comes with a power top. I know, a 1998 with heated seats, power mirrors, and a convertible top. I'm living in 2067 with the amount of luxuries in this thing. Anyways, so the issue comes when I go to turn on the car and do the top mechanism for the Z3, which is just take the latches out, pull this up a little bit, like so, and then try and press the button. When I try to press the button, nothing. This does have the motor, it's in the back right now, but nothing happens. And so what you just have to do it like so. Personally, I actually really like it this way. I would rather do this than wait for the button, because I know sometimes the top motors take forever, and sometimes I just want to quickly get the top off if I'm at like a light or something like that. So yeah. I just realized I'm still filming. But anyways, going into the trunk of the car, which is surprisingly quite spacious. The top motor is sitting right there, and it's supposed to just pull the top up and down, but at some point it stopped. It could be the fluid in the motor, since the car did sit around for a year before I got it, but I'm not too sure. And quite honestly, this is one of those issues where I'd rather not care to fix it, because I like it better manually. Now that being said, I do wish the convertible top did work when you put the roof back up. So right now, what you have to do, and I'm sorry for the weird angle by the way, is essentially one of these! Oh my god, this thing weighs a ton! I tell you, that is a nightmare to do, especially if you're on the road. Like, at that point, it's better to just pull over, just put the top up, get back on the road. Honestly, it hurts. It's weird to do. It puts you at such a weird angle. I'd rather just pull over. Or maybe I'd hope that the top motor worked in that case. Unfortunately, it does not. Ah! So for this next part, we have to go back to the trunk of my car. I know. I think this is like the third time I've opened the trunk of this during this video. And you see the trunk, and you might think, oh, okay, this just seems like a normal old trunk. You would be dead wrong. So if you pull this carpet up, you'll see wood. Wood's not supposed to be there. This trunk liner is. And the thing about that is I put this wood on the car so that I could prevent it from exposing, well, yeah, every internal for it. So you have the battery here, you have all the stuff for the tire, the way to get the spare tire out. Yeah, I would rather just have this here so that I can actually put stuff in the car, because I do not want to try and risk the battery getting messed up or electrocuting my stuff. Because, you know, I don't like seeing my stuff get messed up, and I don't like seeing my car getting messed up. Well, messed up more than it is. So something that's relatively interesting about this car, not necessarily broken, but honestly I just find it funny at this point. And even if it is something that's not supposed to happen and it's broken, I don't plan to fix it, is over here by the ignition. You can normally like twist it right with the key, start the car, you know, normal stuff. But with this, you can also twist it to the left. Now, I don't know if they designed it intentionally like that, but honestly, it's kind of fun. It's kind of stupid. And if they didn't design it like that, I don't plan on fixing it because, well, there's no need. Unless, you know, it's a safety problem. In that case, then yeah, I'm going to go fix it, but who cares? So, if you guys can see my windshield, you can see just how dirty it is, and I'm pretty sure you guys can guess the next issue. If not, let me give you guys a quick hint. That's right, so my windshield washer fluid motor does not work. So no windshield washer fluid is being sprayed onto the windshield, and as a result, nothing's getting cleaned. That's what's causing all of this to stick around, and I definitely have to go get that one fixed. So for this next problem, it's not here right now, but once all the lights go away, you can see that my check engine light is on, and usually there is a transmission light that's on right here. Now, I'm gonna take this car quickly around for a spin, and I'm gonna get the transmission light to essentially turn on, just so I can show all the issues with that. So, on that note, this is a cold startup on a 1998 BMW Z3 with an aftermarket muffler. I forgot to mention, this car does have an aftermarket muffler. So before I get out onto the road, I just want to quickly point out 115,515 miles. I got the car with 114,169 miles. So in about a month and a half, I have put over 1,400 miles on this car. Keep in mind, I don't have a daily commute of any kind. This is just miles that I've put on just because I like the car and I've been driving it around. So on that note, I'll be back with you guys once that light comes on. So yeah. Since I'm at a light, I can actually do this relatively quickly. So that is what I mean by I'd rather have it not have the convertible power, whatever it's called. Yeah. Okay, so the transmission light is on now. So as I'm slowing down here, you're probably gonna hear a lurch. Yep, there it was. And hopefully, usually what will happen, it's not doing it right now, but essentially the RPMs will drop all the way down to basically ignition, go back up, and just have a rough idle somewhere around there. Along with that, it'll have a weird it'll be a lurching downshift as you're coming to a stop. So I pulled over to a random parking lot. I literally don't know where I am, and I'm gonna show you guys some stuff. So when you shift into reverse, you see how the RPMs fidget around? Along with that, this glass will vibrate as a result. But then once you go to neutral, you're all the way up to 1,000 RPMs. Into drive, you get lurched forward, and then I don't know if you guys heard that, but that sounded amazing. Whatever it was, I don't know what car that was from this distance. But yeah, I don't know as to why, but for some reason it'll only come on after a little bit of driving. Usually it's when I get right out of the parking garage that I'm usually in. But this time it didn't come on for a little bit, so a little bit optimistic on that. But yeah. So with everything being said, do I regret getting this car? Absolutely not. And this is why. So the reason why I don't regret getting this car is just because of how fun it's been. Yes, it has that transmission issue, and it's awful whenever when you're in city and you just come to a stop every so often and that transmission lurches you forward once you slow down. But the thing about it is, once you get it out onto the highway, or even when you're on the back roads and you can just take the top off, roll the windows down, it is so much fun. It puts such a smile on your face, and it has such an interesting vibe that it gives, that it feels like everything's gonna be okay. And I think that's partially what it means to just be a car enthusiast. That got deep really quickly. But essentially, the reason why I don't regret getting this Z3 is because of the fun that it's provided me, even though it is broken in a lot of ways. There are things that I definitely need to get fixed, such as that transmission issue, but a lot of it I don't really care to fix because they don't really affect my driving. They don't really affect the driving. The windshield wiper, that definitely needs to get fixed. Transmission light issue, that needs to get fixed. But apart from that, there's not much else. I have the DIY solution for the trunk. The seat motor is fine because I'm the only one that really drives this car. So I think I definitely need to get those two fixed, but that'll be in a future video. So one last thing I did want to point out is that this is not the previous owner's fault. He didn't know the transmission issue was coming up, and like a great person that he is, he's been trying to help me out in fixing it. He's been helping me switch out the parts. We've done the MAF sensor, we've done the O2 sensor, the transmission fluid, we've done the cam sensor, and he's been nothing but optimistic in helping me out, especially in moments where I'm thinking about, oh my god, this car's broken. He's been able to really give a lot of help. And so if he's watching this, I want to shout him out. But I definitely do want to film a video with him. So if this video, I still need to talk to him about this, but if this video gets 30 likes, I will film a video with the previous owner of my 1998 BMW Z3. And on that note, I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. And in either instance, leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about the car. Tell me how you feel about the video in general. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Peace.